What exactly is the notwithstanding clause?
It basically is a provision in the charter that allows portions of the charter to be overridden by provincial legislatures if they have laws that violate certain parts of the charter on two conditions. Number one, the legislature has to state that they are violating the charter by invoking the notwithstanding clause. And number two, the provision can only be temporary, maximum of 5 years. This is not something you see very often. This is a pretty high bar for governments to resort to it. So we've only seen it a handful of times.
What are some of the dangers in a government invoking it?
What we've often seen is that this is a tool used by right-wing governments essentially to infringe the rights of minority or otherwise disadvantaged populations who need the charter protections the most.
And there was a circumstance that the Ontario government tried to use the clause in 2022. Can you explain a bit more about what happened in this case?
So that was a similar case to Alberta, where it wasn't teachers, but teaching support staff who were on strike in 2022 in Ontario. And the Doug Ford government, like the Smith government, passed back to work legislation. In response to that, the Ontario labor movement basically held a press conference saying to the Ford government, if this is the road you're taking, you better be prepared for a province-wide general strike. And 3 days after passing the law, the Ford government repealed the law. They subsequently agreed to a contract that gave the education assistants much of what they had been on strike for, and also reimbursed the workers for pay lost during the strike. So it really ended up backfiring in the Ontario case.
The Alberta government has told teachers that they could face fines if they don't return to work today. What can teachers do in this situation?
I mean, obviously, the idea here is this is a powerful incentive to obey the law. But, there is a saying in the labor movement that there's no such thing as an illegal strike, only an unsuccessful one. You saw with the Ontario education assistants, you saw more recently with the Air Canada flight attendants. These were illegal actions. They violated the law, and in so doing, were able to reach an agreement. Oftentimes, workers have had to violate the laws of the time in order to establish the very rights that we take for granted today.